And away we go. It is the nightcap right here on BearcatJournal.com. This is a very special edition. We'll get to that in a minute. But for now, as always, visit www.galacticfriedchicken.com to download the app for Android, iPhone, everything Galactic. Get yourself down to Dayton, Kentucky. Time to pump it up. Save yourself 15% off. And the countdown is officially on, Aaron, because Aaron is now a dad. Aaron is now a girl dad, as you can see on his spiffy new hat. And the countdown is on to when your daughter has her first delicious bite of Galactic fried chicken.
Well, you saw that Taylor made a special edit for me.
She did.
And then she told me that she was going to Galactic in honor of me and my new addition. So
I love it. I love it.
She did get down there. She took a selfie down there, and kudos to her.
Congratulations are in order. Congratulations to you and your wonderful lady friend on the birth of your first child, her third, but your first.
Yep.
And you get to be a girl dad and all the fun that goes with it. So
yep.
Congratulations. How was this morning? How did it feel holding your child in your arms for the first time?
Brendel Harper Smith was born at 8:47. She came in at 6 pounds, 7.7 ounces, 20 1/4 inches. She is a tiny little thing. But mom had to be put under for the C-section. And so I was the first one to meet the baby before mom came out of surgery and all of that. So
I'm right there with you. Kelly had a C-section as well.
It was pretty awesome. I got to cut what was left of the umbilical cord, like to trim it down.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to know if I wanted to at least, since I couldn't do the actual umbilical cord.
Did you see all the insides on the table? That was the roughest part for me.
No, I wasn't allowed in the room.
Oh, I was in the room.
Oh, well, because they have to put her under, I wasn't allowed in the room. It was general anesthesia and all that. So
yeah.
No, I didn't have to do any of that. Not at all disappointed about that. But no,
I looked down. At one point, I looked down and I was like, "Oh no, no!"
I don't know, pretty surreal. That baby came in. She was crying when she came in, and I held her, and within seconds, she was quiet and
melted in Daddy's arms.
It was awesome.
Well, congratulations, brother.
Thank you.
So the nightcap is going to be in a little bit of flux. We'll still have episodes every night. Just a matter of
when we release them.
And when Aaron gets sleep, and we might have to pop a couple of these earlier than usual, a couple later than usual, but we'll be here. Just know that.
You were able to catch me tonight while I was letting the dog out and giving her some time to run around because she's still a puppy too. So we I'm heading back to the hospital as soon as we finish this up. So.
All right, well then let's get going.
Tonight
was a good night. Like I didn't know what to expect from this deal.
Well, and I guess if we're being honest, you weren't super high on maybe not tonight, but just in general being at Cintas.
I don't like being at Cintas Center. So what I did was on one of the baselines, they have like the advertising thing.
Yeah.
That sits right there, and they run ads on the front of it. Right. And they had a section that was roped off fenced off for the VIPs.
Mm-hmm.
And I found a spot in between one of the advertising things and the section that was roped off. So I had like a 2-foot space that was like, probably 10, 12 feet long. And I just hid there. Like nobody could get to me. I was by the UC, like there was a UC side to the VIP area and a Xavier side to the VIP area. So I was by the UC side. So, my crew from Mios was there. Danco Joe and his brother was there.
Nice.
And they were right behind me. Tino was right behind me. So I was insulated, and then nobody could get to me from the front because I had this thing in front of me. So it made me feel a little more safe.
Hey, I'm glad they rolled out the red carpet for Danco Joe for matching that donation. So
he said it was one of the most fun nights he's had being a UC fan, because he got like Leonard Stokes was there, and Steve Logan was there, and Obviously, Corey was there, and just a bunch of guys that they got to rub elbows with and chat up and have a good time. They were headed to Mio's for the after party. I was going to go to the Mio's for the after party, but you need to get back to the hospital. So
I appreciate that.
You took priority, and I came home to be with you. Really cool event. Really cool event. And like I said, I wasn't sure like what it was going to be like. It was a pretty even crowd. Probably a slight edge to Xavier, which you would hope because it was in their building, but it's probably 55-45. There was a good UC contingent there.
Good.
They had like
did they stay on separate sides? Like
no, they were pretty
intermingled.
The Xavier people were mostly on like the side where Xavier's bench was. The UC people were mostly on the other side, but they were fairly mixed in. There was a group of UC people behind the UC bench, as you would expect.
Was it open seating, like first come, first
I think
serve?
so. I don't think there were. I don't know that there was like reserve seating.
Yeah.
They had the current teams come out, and they did. They had like the little layup, free throw, 3-pointer, half court shot with the clock running to see who got the fastest time. UC won.
Nice.
As Odi Aguama made a layup. Jared Hensley missed a free throw, but then made a free throw. Landers Nolly hit a 3, and Jared Hensley hit the first attempt from half court. They did the challenge in 16 seconds.
Fantastic.
And then Xavier did it in 17 seconds.
So what you're saying is Hensley's extended his range.
That's
the takeaway.
Yeah, he was better from half court than he was 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 1 of 1 from half court.
He's extended his range. I like it.
Then they had a 3-point shooting contest. Jeremiah Davenport won for UC. A newcomer transfer for Xavier, Soli Boom. Had 20 in the 3-point contest, so he won it for Xavier. He won it overall. Dude looked like he could shoot. Like he had a pretty compact, smooth stroke. I'm like, Jesus, we got to come in here and watch this guy hit 5 threes in this year's crosstown shootout. Like, he's going to be Jack Nungy 2.0. Watching him last year at Fifth Third Arena. Or no, they're Fifth Third Arena this year. That's right.
Yeah, after that.
I'm so confused about
after the shenanigans that were pulled during COVID.
I think they're back at UC this year because they were at Xavier last year.
Yeah, they're basically never changed because, God forbid, you try and help out a school that can't have fans in the stands.
Yeah. Anywho. And then they had the alumni game. And it's kind of a warm-up for TBT. UC has 2 guys right now and hopefully a third that'll be here by Monday, and Isaiah Miller, that aren't alumni. So the 2 gentlemen that are going to be on the TBT team were on the bench but didn't play. So you had Troy Copain, Jacob Evans, Jared Cumberland, Kane Broom, Shaq Thomas, Octavius Ellis, and Coriante DeBerry for the Bearcats. They won comfortably in the first game. I think it was ended up being 40-29. Yeah, so they played 16 minutes. Then they did the Elam ending where they set the final score at 8 points higher than what your score is. Then they came back and did a round 2. They played for 10 minutes and then did the Elam ending. Xavier won the last one 30-26. UC won the first one 40-29.
Didn't Xavier have 2 players listed in the top 5 of this division?
Well, if tonight was any indication, the best player in the whole damn region is going to be Coriante DeBerry because he was unstoppable tonight. I think he missed 1 shot. And it was he got a rebound off of he missed a free throw, got a rebound, and then missed the little floater in the lane. But other than that, Xavier had no answer. Matt Stainbrook, no answer. Ennis Cantor or Kareem Cantor, whichever one. Kareem, I guess. Yeah, Ennis went to Kentucky.
And Ennis is also
no answer.
As Freedom now, I think, or something.
Yeah, whatever. DeBerry did whatever he wanted. I wanted them to give the ball to him more because they flat out could not stop it.
Were they running him I'm assuming they're running him at the 5, and were they running then Octavius at the 4?
They basically switched out, but there were a few times that they were on the floor together. A lot of that was, I think Shaq tweaked his hamstring, so that's going to be interesting for Monday for the TBT. But they were down to the only bench player they had was whoever wasn't at the 5. So by the end of that second game, those dudes were getting a little tired, a little run down.
But you did mention that they also have 2 more guys in reserve for,
and potentially a third.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Isaiah Miller plays tomorrow in the summer league, and then he's going to try to get back to Cincinnati on Monday for TBT.
He's a dog.
Yeah, and then the other thing is Kane Broom is not playing in TBT, but he did play today.
Okay.
So Kane was good. Jacob Evans was really good. Jake was like in the passing lanes. He had like 4 steals. And then everybody got mad at him. He had a steal and a breakaway, and he just went up and did the little like right over the rim and put it in. And then he checked out right after, and I was like, bro, like everybody's here to see a show. It's an exhibit. Like you gotta do something. And he's like,
Tomahawk.
Man, I'm stealing passes. I'm hitting threes. I'm playing D. Like I said, you're not young anymore, man. And legs don't have the same spring that they did when you're 21 years old. He's like, you're right. I'm a little. I need to get some water. I'm a little tired. So love. The best part is just getting to see all those guys together and having fun again. And it was cordial. There wasn't really much trash talking. I was surprised. Like I thought it would be a little more chippy.
This was a rivalry game, right? This was not and it was an exhibition at that. Now, when you're playing for $1 million,
be a little different. The intensity cranks up a little bit.
It might feel a little different.
Well, and if it's UC Xavier in Centos with, actual stakes on the line, that place is going to be very blue. Like it's going to be a different environment than there was tonight. Maybe.
We'll see.
They have a very small but dedicated fan base. I think that place would. I think they're like Red would get in. I'm not saying it would be all blue, but like, but we'll see. They both have to get to that point, including it would potentially include UC knocking off the number 1 seed because they're in the 4-5 game as the 4 seed. So the second game would be the number 1 seed. But it was a good time. Like everybody had fun. Everybody seemed to really enjoy themselves. It was what I would call an intimate atmosphere. Like everybody was down on the court after the game, taking pictures with players. I think I was basically the unofficial selfie taker for the UC guys. Cause I felt bad because like a dad would be like, can I get my kid? Can I get a picture? And I'm like, you want me to take it so you can get in there with your kid and like have a memory? And then that became a thing. So I took like 20 pictures probably.
That's cool.
That was, like, come on. I know, like, if my dad was there, if I'm getting pictures, I would you want both of you in there for the memento, the keepsake. I think I booked us a BBP guest for not this Monday, but next Monday.
1 or 2?
2 guys that haven't done really the podcast circuit since leaving the program. And 2 guys I absolutely love. One of them might have committed to me.
Well, that's enough hints. That's enough hints.
So it was a great time. If this is something that can become and what, I don't know if this was explicitly mentioned, but this was an NIL deal for the current team, UC and Xavier.
Great.
And that's where the proceeds went.
That's maybe the coolest thing about this whole thing, right? Like if you're able to give back to both programs, and that's why you don't see things getting chippy, because they're both giving back to their schools by doing this for the fans. So I don't know. Kudos to them. I would hate for there to be a thing made out of something that is going directly to the current players. You're out there in front of the current players trying to set an example, and good on them.
No, it was really fun. And I think you will see both on our board and over on Xavier's board People had a really positive experience. And the good news is now that there's one in the books, now that people know what to expect, that word's going to spread that this was really cool. Like this was a really cool thing. And you got some access to some greats in program history. I mean, look, let's face it. Like that year that we don't talk about how it ended for either team, Xavier's a 1 seed, UC was a 2 seed. Like that's two of the best years in program history for each. Like those are beloved teams. Yeah. And really cool to just see them all back out there. The Tamar was like, BJ Raymond played? I could have played. BJ Raymond? BJ Raymond, now give him credit. He got up and down the floor. He hit a couple shots. Yeah. There was 2 of BJ Raymond in comparison to BJ Raymond from the Xavier days. I
don't know. I guess the only thing that I hope that Xavier changes for the future is change the name. If you're really trying to be classy about this whole thing, then I don't know that zip them up and tying yourself directly to the situation.
They don't care.
I don't think it's a good
They don't
look.
care.
I don't think it's
they
a
don't
good
care.
look.
They don't care.
Not a good look.
They don't care. I'm telling you.
Bad look.
But it was a good time. It was, and actually I saw some of those guys backstage, dapping it up and chatting and being friendly. You want to know the funniest thing I did?
What was the funniest thing you did?
Everybody's getting ready to leave, and I'm walking out, and there's JP talking to a couple Xavier alumni boosters, and I pulled up Mick's number on my phone. I showed it to him. I said, "You want to call him?" He was like, "No." He took off from it.
I thought maybe you just went full boomer on him. Hey, pull up your pants.
No. I wanted to see his reaction when I just showed him Mick's number and said, "Hey, you want to give him a call?" He did not. I was like, "Oh, that would be a fun conversation." Mick would have killed me. I would have been on the never in contact.
Do not answer.
Yeah, I'd have been left on read.
Block.
Right, from here till eternity. But it was funny.
Cool.
Yeah, that's it. You get back to the hospital and your baby and put the dog. Is she still in the cone of shame?
No, she took herself out of the cone of shame.
She graduated herself from the cone of shame.
Between the dog and Rachel and this baby, I don't know which one has been more resilient in the last week. It's absurd.
Oh, is it a female?
They all are.
Yep, that makes sense. It makes sense. I got 2 of those too. That's why I got boy dogs.
See, maybe it's the lazy river attitude in me that that allows us all to coexist.
Right. See, like she had a C-section. She's supposed to be in bed for a while.
We walked 2 laps.
Same way.
Yeah, we walked 2 laps 12 hours later.
Kelly was the same way. Get me out of this bed. Like, I don't have time for this shit. She was trying to do laundry the day that we got home with 18 staples in her stomach or whatever it was. If you told me I had to lay in bed for a month, I would be like, you're gonna bring me food and I just have to sit here with my laptop and go to the bathroom and come back and that's it. I'll see you in a month. Do your thing. We will. I'm driving tomorrow, so I don't know what tomorrow's going to look like, but we'll figure something out. This is the Nightcap, brought to you by Galactic Fried Chicken, right here on BearcatJournal.com.
See ya!